Let's give it up. Let's give it up. Let's give it up because I've finally caught a good trade. Let's turn this green. Let's get it in. So basically, right, 9:30 open was here. Right, did a little consolidation right here. Then it just sprouted up. Right. So now this is the play I caught, which is the breaker right here. Where it's got you got low, high, lower low, higher high. So now let's zoom in so I can show you what really was going on through my mental. So now I caught this play literally right here at 9:34. So I caught it when it was super volatile. But I knew because I was late on this pre-market move right here. Not late, but I was kind of expecting these relative lows to get taken after it just stopped right here and it just displaced up. Right. Once it swept all of these highs and it was up here, I was like, oh my God, this may be the last basically entry that I could get in to go to capture these longs. Right? Because midnight open, as you know, is way down here, right? With anyways, so now let's zoom right in. So once it was up here, I'm like, okay, I need this. I want to see this breaker hold, right? So we all know the most important part of the breaker is the highest wick right here. So let's zoom in so you guys can see it right here. So what we have a, so we got a low, we got a high, which is the AB leg. Then we have a lower low, right? And then we have a higher high, which was, bam, closed right there, right? So now I'm like, okay, if I want to see it heavy, right? I want to see it heavy. I don't want to see it come down here at all, right? I don't want to see it waste no time because it's 9:30, right? So we all know it's super volatile. So what I did was I got in exactly. Let's zoom in, right? I got in exactly. So it closed up here, right? So now I was waiting for it to come back in because remember the most sensitive part of the order blocks, right, is this part, the top wick to the open. I'm sorry, the top wick to the close, which is right here, right? This top, because this bearish candle is the order block, right? We got a bearish candle, aggressive close above, coupled with the breaker that I just showed you guys, right? So this top wick and the close of this bullish order block is the most sensitive part of the order block, right? And let's change this because I don't even know why the hell this shit pink. Let's go with red. So now I was waiting for it to come back in, like down here. Now I don't want to see no candlestick closes underneath in the lower half because I'm expecting it to be bullish. I'm expecting it to stay heavy. I will allow it to come down to the most sensitive part of the order block, which is right here. But I don't want to see no candlestick closes, like I said. Right? Oh my God, price is dumping right now. Anyway, so now this is the new order block. Now I'm expecting it to come down, then get up out of here in this place. So right. So the moment it came down here, I waited for it to close. It closed above. I was like, man, I was like, you know what? I think I'm late because if I were going to get in, I would need to put my stop below here, which is the new order block. Right. But I wanted to give it a little more patience. The next candle, it came right back in. The moment it got in, I was literally just waiting for it to just displace out of it. Once it did it, I got into my long, got a nice fill like right around here. And then now, remember, I'm expecting this to be the new order block, which is the propulsion block, right? Which is, so now this is the breaker. We got the breaker right here, right? We want to see it stay in the upper half of the breaker, which is what it's doing. Now, once it closed above up here, this is the new order block. So now I was just ready to leave my stop right here. Now I'm only risking 8 points, and then it just ran. But I understand that this is the opening range. It may just come back and touch this like what it did, right? So I was just dragging my stop, dragging my stop, dragging my stop. So I think I won maybe like around like maybe like $100, $85, and it was just a real good trade. And then it came back and stopped me. And as you see, the moment it stopped me, look what happened. It literally tapped here again, displaced out of there, and then just started running after that, right? So now let's see what price is right now. So now this is a new week opening gap, right? We're expecting when price action gets to this new week opening gap, right? We're expecting it to tap it, which is the rejection, and to start creating lower highs and lower lows, right? Lower highs and lower lows, right? But this is one thing I'm learning, right? You don't want to anticipate it because as we see here, it gave us a lot, it tapped it, you can get chopped up, it comes right back. It comes right back. You have to wait for the sweep. That's what I'm learning. You have to wait for the sweep. For it to do the aggressive move down like what it's doing, it has to sweep liquidity, right? Because the best trades come after a sweep on a smaller time frame, right? So we got the first touch. So as you see, it's basically just consolidating right here, right? Because it's getting close to lunchtime, right? So now once you see all these wicks right here, all of these are wicks. So you're looking to see candlestick closes underneath these levels, right? You don't get no candlestick closing on these levels showing you that it's just generating right now. It's not ready to go, right? That's why once we get a nice close down here, so you see I got a nice close down here underneath all of these lows right here, right? Now you look up to see the leg that swept all of it, which was here. This is the leg. This is the new order block. This is the order block right here you want to look at, that I want to look at, sorry, which is here. Let me delete that. So we got the rejection, right? We got the sweep. We got the displacement down. And now we got the manipulation up for our entry, right? So let's go to the leg that swept, which was here, right? We have an order block right here. We have an aggressive move down, right? And you can actually use that as an inverse if you want to. This zone right here is an inverse, but we'll draw that last. Anyways, you have the order block right here, which is the change in the state of delivery right here as it's coming up. That close above here is the change in the state of delivery, right? It didn't leave an order block. I'm sorry, it didn't leave a fair value gap, right? But look what it did. So mind you, if this is the order block, right, this is the most sensitive part of the order block, right? This yellow line right here, which is the mean threshold, which is the 50%, right? So when it's down here, don't be scared. This is what I used to do. I used to try to anticipate and just try to jump into the trade because I think I'm late, right? But just remember, if you wanted to go short, you want to wait for manipulation up into an area where I'm expecting it to reject that, right? And off this zone right here, look what happened. This is the mean threat. This is the most sensitive part of the order block. From this low wick to the open, all right here, the most sensitive part of the order block. So I'm expecting it. So you see how every time it comes in, it comes down, comes up, it comes down. But you want to wait for it to sweep, right? You see how all of this is just generating, and then you get the big sweep of all of this, right? And then you get the new order block, which was here, which is supposed to be the propulsion for the breakaway. But look what time window it's in. It's in 12 o'clock. There's no trades at 12, around 12. See this, all this 12:30? This is no trades right here because we're in lunch hour. But sometimes if the trade is real good, you can take it. But anyway, let's go back to it. So you see, got a nice displacement down, create a fair value gap. See what happened? It didn't sweep it, but it just wasn't ready to go yet. Right? That's why you want to wait and be patient. What I want to, right? What I have to do, I have to wait and be patient and let it start. Okay, it's bouncing, it's rejecting here. This is where I'm expecting to reject that. It dropped all the way down here. So now I'm looking for the fair value gap, which is right here. But look what happened. It hit it, then came back. So anybody could have got. I know a lot of traders would have got stopped out right here because you would have took this. You would have took this short to the initial retracement, and your stop would have been. And this is like even a good trade. And if you would have left it, if you would have just literally left your trade, you would have never got stopped out. If you would have literally put it one tick above this high, you would have never got stopped out. But the fact you've seen that it's another order block that's coupled right here. So let me go to the 5 minute. So you see how you could probably see you could use this one. No, I would have got stopped out. Nope. The moment it would have been coming closing up here, once it would have took CE, which is consequent encroachment of this top wick, this wick in the senior premium. Once it takes that, it's usually a take the high. It usually a sweep it. But what do it say? Literally, you're supposed to put your stop at the high, right? Because if you put your stop at the high, you see it would have not have got taken. And then, but anyways, Sometimes it is what it is. You could have got stopped out, got back in, because you see it gave us the aggressive close below, right? And seeing the rejection here, seeing the rejection here, the displacement down here, right? And then you see what it did. It gave us the fair value gap right here, right? It gave us that one touch. If I'm heavy, I'm expecting it to just stay in the lower half and displace lower, like what it's doing, and then just drop all the way back down to back where it started at. So feels good, man. It feels good, man. Even though this is part of my journey, I still gotta do some journaling. I still gotta see. I still have to learn how to let my winners run because this would have been a crazy trade if I would just let it run, right? I was pulling my stop. I should have left it to break even, and I would have been good. My break even probably would have been like right here. Even if it was a bit, I think I probably would have got stopped out because this wick was kind of crazy. But remember, you want to put it at the low of the order blocks, right? You want to drag your stops. Whenever if you're expecting it to be heavy, you want to just start dragging your spots at the low of the order blocks, like right here. Peekity, 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 peekity. Every time I make a new order block, you want to just keep dragging it up, right? Because one thing we know that the price can come back and sweep it, right? So you want to take profits. So that's why I'm not mad because I took some profits, man. It is what it is, man. So, anyways, but the day not over. The day's not over. So I'm saying, so for the moment right now, we green right now, but you never know, man. It's still early in the day. It's about 1:30, so still 2 more hours left to go. But this fair value gap right here is literally unmitigated. So maybe if it comes here, I may get in. This is a new day, new week opening gap. New week opening gap. New week opening gap. You see what happened when they trade here? Look what happened. Consolidation, consolidation. So look how price moves. Price moves the power of three. Accumulation, right? Accumulation, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then we get the manipulation, which is the fake out, and then we get the distribution back up until back to the intended direction that's really trying to go, right? So we got back here, now we coming down, same thing, come back here to sweep these equal lows right here, right? So, anyways, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, it's early in the week, right? So just be mindful of that, right? So I'm still down probably like 80 handles or something like that, 85 handles, stuff like that from last week. So, but for right now, we're starting over again like that. It's a brand new week. One thing you don't want to do, you don't want to take yesterday's loss, yesterday's win to today, right? Every day is a new day. You want to approach every day the same, but want to be able to learn how to Euro step and adapt, right? Because if this is the draw, for it to go lower, it got to manipulate higher first, right? Woo! Bless me. Wanna swerve on that corner? Whoa, whoa. Lonzo Ball. But anyways, I catch y'all boys on the rebound. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let's get it. Be do have, my G.